Yeah, we have a couple of things going on. And when we look at how warm it's been and what's to come and the big switch in a short amount of time, there's a lot of things to talk about here. And that also combined with the winds that are on the way, snow, blowing snow, slippery roads, all of that. So 2 is our current temperature. Visibility at this point unlimited because it's quiet or fairly quiet right now. When we look at daytime highs today, we got to 8 in Calgary, double digits for Brooks and Lethbridge, and mid-teens for the Hat. So when we look at these warmer temperatures, we look at snowfall on the way. We're looking at kicking it off with rainfall and then switching over to snow. So when we look at amounts, this is a model that's showing the lower end of what we can expect. So 7 centimeters is on the lower end for Calgary, 16 centimeters for Canmore, 7 for Cochrane, 13 for Banff, and over on the BC side, 26 centimeters for Kimberley and 10 for Cranbrook. Now, when I fast forward to the warnings and watches that are in place, you can see Calgary is under the snowfall warning, and this is suggesting up to 20 centimeters. Now, because of we're looking at the snow and what's called upsloping, which is the winds getting pushed up the mountains, that's going to enhance our snowfall for some communities, and it's going to blow around. So some areas in Calgary could actually get the 20 centimeters, while other communities will get closer to the 7 centimeters. Again, it's because of all the drifting snow as well. And further to the south, up to 35 centimeters possible in Pincher Creek, Crozes Pass, and even a little bit to the east of that area as well. And that, again, combined with these gusty conditions up to 60, even 70 kilometers per hour. In addition to all of that, this has been tapping into some tropical moisture. It provided a lot of rainfall into many parts of BC. In fact, some communities saw over 100 millimeters of rain in a short amount of time yesterday. And that's what's making its way over the mountains. Now, it will tame down here. We will not get that kind of moisture, but we are looking at more snowfall than we've seen with these last couple bursts of winter. Right now, it looks like this, and you can see rainfall closer to the Red Deer area. You can see snow already starting to kick off into the mountain areas. And then as I zoom out, you can see what's happening here. The core of the low is states on the U.S. border, and this is pushing wind up the mountains. And again, that's creating that upsloping, which will enhance the amount of snowfall we get in many areas, Calgary and to the west. So just a look at timeline here, we're looking at kicking it off with some rain because temperatures are warm. Then as we get to that freezing mark, we're looking at that rain freezing on the ground, and then the snow as we go through the overnight hours and morning hours falling on top of that. So slick roads because of the ice at the bottom and the snow on top, and the snow will be heavy at times. We're also looking at gusts around 40, 50, even 60 kilometers per hour, so that will be blowing around. Now, this likely will clear out in the early afternoon hours tomorrow. We're looking at a high of 0, but that's at the midnight hour, and then temperatures will actually drop throughout the day. Then mainly sunny Friday and through Saturday, with daytime highs just below that freezing mark. That's your Capital Chef 5-day forecast. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.
Out there right now, but of course we are looking at a winter storm that will be bursting in and changing the game for us quite a bit over these next 12 hours, potentially 24 hours. I'm going to give you the timeline here and the expectation of what we're looking at and what's in the forecast. We are currently sitting at 3. Today's high was 8. So this plays a big role in how this could unfold because temperatures have been so warm and there will be a lot of melting on contact. An initial part will start off with some rain. That will make the roads pretty slick as we go through those overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. Normal is -1 for this time of year. The record 16.7, holding strong from 1925. All right, I'm going to show you this map, and this map is really showing the lower end of what's expected. So about 7 centimeters for Calgary, 16 for Canmore, 7 for Cochrane, 13 for Banff, 4 for Lethbridge, and 10 for Pincher Creek. Again, this is the lower end that you can expect. So some communities in parts of these areas will see these lower ends, and then other communities, because of the blowing snow combined with this and the drifting, will get higher amounts. So up to 20 centimeters possible for areas under the snowfall warning. Calgary included in this, and off to the west. Canmore over to Banff. Then we're looking at south, Pincher Creek, Crozes Pass in the blue there, under a winter storm warning. So this is up to 35 centimeters of snow combined with very gusty conditions, even gustier conditions, 60, 70 kilometers per hour. For us here in Calgary, we're looking at 40 kilometer per hour gusts. So that snow will be blowing around as well. You can see what's happening here, and one of the key things is this was from an atmospheric river, which is tapping into tropical moisture. So a lot of moisture for BC, over 100 millimeters of rain in a short amount of time yesterday, and some of this moisture, some of it, not all of it, is making its way over the mountains and will be impacting us. So already you can see closer to the Red Deer area along QE2, there has been some rainfall, and to the west you can see there has been a little bit of snowfall. We're looking at this intensifying because of a couple of things. We have this low right here, and it spins counterclockwise, and that's pushing air up the mountains. That's creating that upsloping, and that upsloping is going to enhance the amount of snowfall we can see, along with these gusts, which will create drifting conditions. So we'll start off with a couple raindrops this evening, switching over to snow. So that rain will freeze as we go through the overnight hours because it will get colder, and then we're looking at snow on top of that. So be prepared for slick roads and really not the nicest driving conditions up through about noon tomorrow. So this will impact your morning commute in Calgary, and then it should start to clear out in the early afternoon hours. For your Capital Chev 7-day trend, we are looking at a high of 0 for tomorrow, -1 for Friday, -2 for Saturday, and calm conditions for Friday and Saturday. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.